Hi, everybody. Welcome to Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. Today, we're joined by Erik Olson of Array Digital. Erik, thanks so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Hey, Charlene, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So share with us some more about Array Digital and what you do over there.
I appreciate that. So, Array Digital, we work with law firms across America. We're a digital marketing agency, so we focus on things like websites and SEO and advertising.
And talk to me about when it comes to law firms, because, the niches are in the riches, and that's your niche. So what is the biggest issue that law firms are coming to you to solve?
Great question. So, when it comes to law firm practices, most lawyers are very good at practicing law, as you can imagine. And the business aspect of their firm is kind of a secondary consideration for them. And they may struggle sometimes when it comes to advertising and marketing. So they come to us to help grow their firm and to fill their case pipeline. And so for us, what that means is getting them the attention that they need with their prospective clients, their ideal clients. And then once we get the attention of their prospective clients, getting them to the website, providing more information that's pertinent to those clients, and then enticing them some way, somehow to contact the law firm. Once contact is made, the intake process that the lawyers are used to takes over, and hopefully they can sign up those new clients.
And talk to me a little bit about how do you talk to them about how to get them to stand out amongst the crowd? I mean, everybody's used to seeing that picture of 10 lawyers all standing together and we fight for you. And so how do you get the potential customer to click on that particular law firm versus somebody else? How are you showing them how to stand out, or maybe recommending what platform is best for them?
That's a great line of questioning. You're right. The fight for you is a little cliche, especially when it comes to personal injury, but it does actually work. Different lawyers have different personalities, and some of them are okay and have the budget to basically shout at the masses through things like TV ads and billboards, and then across the internet as well, typically with advertising. But if you don't have the budget to go up against those law firms, then advertising can be a difficult play for most law firms. And the advertising effectiveness that we're seeing in things like Google search is overall just declining. As an example, in 2014, about 6% of people that got results from Google would click on the ads. Today, it's down to about 3%. So it's decreased quite a bit. Now, if only 3% are going to ads, where are the other 97% going? Well, they're going to what's called the organic results. So those are the ones that come up naturally, the ones that Google's algorithm finds throughout the internet. And it turns out people trust those. So they don't trust the ads quite as much, actually by a lot, really, as compared to the results that Google itself is finding through its algorithm. The way that you find those kinds of companies that come to the top of the search results is those companies work with someone like Array Digital with search engine optimization. So SEO, search engine optimization, is the big play these days.
And when you're talking about organic results, are you talking about something that the firm has maybe posted on their Facebook page? Are you talking about something that they've put on LinkedIn, a blog? What are you considering the most successful organic displays that really are drawing in, as you mentioned, that 97%?
Yeah, great question. So Google, it does look at probably hundreds of signals, and social media is one of them. So things like Facebook posts, Twitter, etc. It can go and it can get those as long as it's publicly accessible. But the main driver of search engine optimization and SEO value comes from the words that are on the web pages. So the way that it works is someone's going to go into Google and they're going to type words. They're going to search for something like personal injury lawyer, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm just making it up on the fly here. So now Google has to determine, well, which web pages out there on the internet, number one, match those terms that were entered into the search engine, and then two, are credible. And they judge credibility by many factors. So reviews, social media, like you pointed out, is one of them. The words that are on the web page, domain authority, meaning there's lots of different signals that go into determining if the domain itself, if the company is trustworthy. And then they take all of that data, they've already crunched the answers and the results, and they very quickly provide the answer to the person who did the search. So we refer to Google as a referral engine on steroids. So if you want to find something these days, you have a couple ways of doing it. The old-fashioned way, which still works and is very highly trusted, is you ask somebody that you know. But everything that has to do with that referral is how much do you trust that person's opinion. Well, with Google, they're crowdsourcing that. So thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people and data points go into that answer. And Google's been around long enough where people trust that answer.
And Erik, I can't let you go without, if you could quickly give me one tip that you would tell a law firm what they need to be doing to get those results.
Great. I appreciate that. Yeah. So tip number one would be look at how much you're spending in advertising and look at how much you're spending in search engine optimization. In our opinion, you should be shifting some dollars from advertising to SEO. People trust the results that come back organically from Google, and they're not quite as trusting of the advertising results. So look at those two budgets. And if you're heavy on advertising and digital marketing, think about shifting over to SEO. It works when you do it right.
All right. Erik, thanks so much for joining us. I know there's a lot of lawyers out there who want to see more customers, and I think you've given them a good piece of advice, and really across the board, too, with most industries as well. That's Erik Olson with Array Digital. Thanks so much for joining us on Digital Champions. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Happy to have you. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk. Hope you learned something new. We always try to do that for you here on Digital Champions. And if you'd like to learn more about Array Digital, check them out on dailyadbrief.com. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you next time.